UValleyRadio.net, good, happy Friday morning to you. Robert Miguel here with a very special edition of Friday Night Live. We'll call it Friday Morning Live. Please welcome Steve Anthony. Hey, man. Welcome. Appreciate you joining me this morning. Now, normally we do Friday Night Live in the evening, live from Broadway 830. However, I've got some plans, personal stuff, so I won't be there tonight. Corey Brooks will hold down Friday Night Live tonight, hosting, maybe doing some giveaways, taking some photos with Steve. But Friday Night Live will go on as usual. But we figured we'd just do the interview this morning, and then we'll also replay it again tonight. So tonight's featured artist is Steve Anthony. Buddy, what's going on, my man?
Oh. How you doing there, Robert?
I'm good, man. It's good. It's good to hear your name. It's good to hear your voice, and excited that you're going to be back in Uvalde. I'm sorry I'm going to miss you, but it's been a minute, and you've got a lot going on, man. You recently released the single "One Horse Town," which we're playing on UvaldeRadio.net. I know you put out a hot video for it, and let's get caught up on what's going on, Steve.
Well, we're just pushing that single. It's still getting some traction in Texas, and in fact, we were going to release another one here in the next week or so.
Wow.
Gilligan says to hang on a little while. He's still getting some traction on One Horse Town. So I think the video helped out, having that released and seeing a lot of views on the video. And y'all keep watching it, keep streaming it. And One Horse Town, you can stream that on our digital platform. So, anything y'all can help us out with streaming. We don't make a lot of money off streaming, as you well know, but it helps our presence and it helps our footprint. So anything that the audience can do to help that footprint out, it's always appreciated for sure. So, but we do have a brand new single coming down the pipe. It's going to get released on May the 7th, and really excited about the new single, and we already started a little bit of pre-promo on it.
Okay, I tell you what, Steve, why don't we go ahead, and because I want to talk about the new single. Hopefully we'll get some exclusive information out of you early in the game here. But since we don't have it yet, let me go ahead and knock out One Horse Town. We'll play it for everybody so they can kind of remember who you are and what we're talking about. So we'll get that on the air. We'll come back. We'll recap One Horse Town, and then we'll talk all about the new song that you're about to release. So y'all check this out. Steve Anthony out of Caldwell coming into Uvalde tonight for Friday Night Live. We'll replay this interview this evening at 6. Live music from 7 to 10 p.m. on the Broadway 830 outdoor courtyard out in the patio. You got $4 pints from 6 to 10 p.m., and Corey Brooks will be guest hosting tonight. So be sure and get in on all the downtown Uvalde fun tonight at Broadway 830. Here it is, Steve Anthony, One Horse Town, and this is UvaldeRadio.net.
Come take a ride in my 53. We'll cruise around the square. The place to be on Saturday night. All of our friends are there. We'd run for hours, busting laps, watching what's all going down, living life the way it's supposed to be here in this one horse town. Don't ever let them come take it away from us. We're gonna fight for it until they put us in the ground, like in this one horse town.
Net, a special edition of Friday Night Live. We're calling it Friday Morning Live. We got Steve Anthony on the phone. Steve, new single there called One Horse Town.
Hey.
Although, and you, I know that you had planned to record some footage here in Uvalde, but you came in on a kind of a rainy, windy day, right? So you couldn't get anything.
It was. Yeah. And, we got some footage, but during the edit, it just, it just didn't work out. It was we hoped it was, and I was really, I love that place at Broadway 830. I just love going there, and folks, everybody's so nice, and the food is awesome, of course, and just love, and just Uvalde. It's I love coming over there. You know how much I drive all the time, so it's a great place for me to visit, and I'm always excited about getting to come over there and play and meet some of the new people that I run. I always meet somebody new every time I go over there, so it's an awesome event. So if y'all looking for something to do Friday night, y'all come on out.
That's right. So join us tonight, Friday Night Live. Steve Anthony will be here performing from 7 to 10 p.m. on the patio. Now, One Horse Town, again, you try to get some footage here in Uvalde. It didn't work out. For those who haven't seen the video yet, I know we talked about this before, but give us a quick rundown on the experience of shooting the video and then the release of it.
Of course, I grew up in a one-horse town, and we called it a one-horse town here in Caldwell, and it's still a small community, and, we're growing like anything else, but it was, I met all my friends, I met my wife, met all the important people, or most of the important people that I've known all my life right here, and growing up and going to school here, and just wanted to write a song that reminisced about growing up in that kind of environment in a small town, and you always hear everybody talk about a one-horse town in kind of a negative way, like they're, like they want to get out of a one-horse town and get away from a one-horse town. And, it's just one of those places that, man, I love being in here. So I just put a positive spin on growing up and living in a one-horse town. And then, of course, I came fortunate enough to be able to acquire the property over in Langtree on the Rio Grande River there, and another it's just an awesome piece of property, and I've really got some good friends over there, and my neighbor has the only horse in town, and it was kind of the thing that put the memory, that put the thought in my mind about that one horse, and there's a population of 12 in Langtree on a good day, so it truly is a one-horse town. And so we were able to, we shot the beginning footage over here in Caldwell, and shot on the square, and used the 53 pickup. That was my first vehicle I had in high school, was black Chevrolet 53 Chevrolet pickup. So I thought it would be. Friend of mine had one, and she let me use it for the video, and then we went down to the high school. I know the administration staff that's in the school, that runs the school, and they let us go into the high school on Sunday and open up the school, and let us shoot some footage there in the high school. And then, of course, we just got all the great outdoor footage there on the Rio Grande River and on the Pecos River, and was able to shoot stuff there at the had a couple of shots there at the Law West of the Pecos Lily Langtree Museum, and did a little walk through town there. Got some footage there in downtown Langtree, just showing that. It really depicts the video as a one-horse town, but man, what a great place to be, and what a great place to for me to grow up in this kind of community, and now to own that part of history that I own out there at Langtree. And it was that was the song, and so we wanted to kind of depict that in the video, and just y'all need to look it up and watch it. I mean, some of the aerial footage that we got with the drone footage over the Rio Grande.
Oh, dude, Steve, I was going to say that. I was going to say, man, you got some great footage in this thing. Like you said, the small town stuff, the high school stuff, it's all very, John Mellencamp, and it's all cool. But I'm telling you what, dude, that outdoor footage is just spectacular. It's stunning. Those aerial shots, and then kind of like we're overseeing a cliff, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful, absolutely.
Yeah. And the good part about that is that I own that, Robert.
Man, that's so cool.
That's the part.
Don't tick off Steve, or you might end up at the bottom of a basin. Well, it is a fantastic video. So again, if you're listening right now, be sure and give it a Google. Steve Anthony, One Horse Town. Check it out on YouTube, wherever you stream videos, and go find his website. So, Steve, you teased it earlier. You got a new single you're preparing. Go and give us as much information. Let's make this a Steve Anthony exclusive. What's up with your new song that's coming out soon?
Well, the name of the song is Way Back When, and it's just if you think about that title, it's. I see so many people, I've got friends that, they met their girlfriends in high school and ended up marrying them and still together after all these years. And it's one of those songs about, it opens up. I remember the first time I met you, and it's not just about me, but it's about all those people that I see, that I get to pass through life and visit with that have been, with their high school sweethearts, and they've been with they've been with them all their life, and now and later on in life they get to go back and reminisce, and part of the lines is, we'll dance across the floor like we did before, way back when.
Wow.
So it's a great song. It's just a good country song. It's just a traditional kind of country song. It just flows in with the path of my music. I don't write any pop music, and it's just going to be your traditional country, and got a really good melody, really good story, and real excited about getting it out. It's on an album it's on the last album that we produced out of Rosewood Studios, and we have not released the album yet. We've released a couple singles from the album that did well, those two Christian singles that did really well. And so we're going to release a couple of them now. We're going to do some streaming from the album. We're going to release about 4 in a row, just straight to streaming. And then this is going to be our first country radio release from this new album, which was titled Heartaches and Honky Tonks.
Heartaches and Honky Tonks. Awesome.
Yeah, that's the name of the album. So probably, we're going to be going into maybe the first of next year before we'll before we release the whole album. Just some great music on the album. We have a lot of fun getting it done in the studio, and always, with Drew and Kerry and the guys there at Rosewood, it's just always a pleasure to go in there, and we have such a good time, making music and getting to do what we love to do, and we love each other's friendship, and I think it shows in the, when we release the tracks. It's I call it a family sound, because we really are a family there at Rosewood, and a lot of people are. Rosewood's gaining notoriety too. They're getting a lot of stuff going on. They won Studio of the Year last year with TCMC and Texas Country Music Association. So they've got things happening, and I'm really excited that I've been working in that studio now for 10 years, and excited about getting this new single out way back when.
So, Steve, remind me again, when does this single come out again?
May 7th.
May 7th. So that's coming up soon, man. Very good. And now you mentioned your Christian and kind of gospel releases. We're going to go and get back into some music and play one of your other songs, the Mama's Endless Love song. That's a pretty big hit. Yeah, and we still play that on our Sunday morning gospel show regularly. So let's go and get that one on for the folks to show your other side, and then we'll come back out and get some more information from you. Again, Steve Anthony on the phone over in Caldwell, performing tonight, Broadway 830 for Friday Night Live, 7 to 10 p.m. on the patio. We got a new stage out there. We got $4 pints tonight as well, too, and live music. So check it out, Mama's Endless Love, Steve Anthony, and this is UvalleRadio.net.
Grew up near some cotton fields on a little piece of land. At an early age, we learned hard work, played barefoot in the sand. They taught us how to grow our food, share what we keep. Never were we hungry when we laid down our heads to fall asleep. Praise to the Father, praise to the Son. Stand up for freedom, be proud of what you've done. Go and help your neighbor, most of all give thanks for Mama's endless love, Daddy's guiding hands. We are grown, have a home, a family of our own. Need to teach our children all the good we have been shown. Remember, they will be the ones we need to be strong. Make the world a better place for them and for those who'll carry on. Praise to the Father, praise to the Son. Stand up for freedom, be proud of what you've done. Go and help your neighbor, most of all give thanks for Mama's endless love and Daddy's guiding hands. We're all together, flying through time and space. We decide what we leave to the human race. Praise to the Father, praise to the Son. Stand up for freedom, be proud of what you've done. Go and help your neighbor, most of all give thanks for Mama's endless love, Daddy's guiding hands. Give thanks.
SeaValleyRadio.net. That's Mama's Endless Love. That's Steve Anthony out of Caldwell. He'll be in Uvalde tonight for Friday Night Live. Again, we do it every Friday evening, featuring the rising stars of Texas music. It's always great to have Steve back in town. Again, Corey Brooks will be guest hosting tonight, and Steve will be going on from 7 to 10 p.m. We're going to have some great music out there, delicious artisan pizza, some great drink specials, including $4 pints from 6 to 10 p.m. And Steve, we just did your Mama's Endless Love song, which, again, like I said earlier, we played that pretty regularly on our gospel show on Sunday mornings. Any more? I mean, you said you're going to put some stuff out to streaming here throughout the rest of the year. Any new gospel Christian music on the horizon? What's the story on that front?
Well, you know, I just want to mention a little bit about Mamas. You know that
Okay.
I appreciate you, you know, keeping that in the spin. And, you know, that song has been, it's just been hanging on a long time, and it's still, you know, sitting on the chart like Cashbox Magazine, Christian Country charts.
Yeah.
It's still on the charts, been on those charts for 2 years now, so I'm real excited. You know, as a songwriter, you always think about, you know, you want to write that song that everybody's going to remember, and it's going to get played forever, and Mama's kind of is one of those songs, so I certainly appreciate you playing it, and and keeping that alive, because we talked about it in the studio when we cut it, and Drew says, "Man, you know, this is going to be a #1 song." I said, "Well, you know, if it is, it is, and it did. You know, it made it number one on the CDX Christian Country chart. So I was real happy about that, and it's just one of those. I hope it stays around. I hope you just keep playing it forever there, Robert.
Hey, as long as I'm in charge, it's still there. It's still on the list.
There you go. There you go. And so as far as new, and then here's some new things, and I don't think, I haven't talked to you in a while, but, and we may have covered this a little bit, but I've been working on a new album now for, we're going on 2 years now to get this thing done. You know, as Rosewood becomes more popular Texas artists, it's just kind of harder to get into the rotation that I was in before, where we could knock an album out once a year, and now we're running about a 2-year time frame on getting a record out. But I have a new gospel single that we're going to release from this new album. We're not going to release the album itself, but we're going to release this single, the gospel, from this record, and you're going to love this one. It's everybody loves a Texas shuffle, and I always wanted to write one, and never thought it would be a Christian shuffle, but sure enough, that's the thought came, the thought process came, and the song is called "Show Us the Way." And it's just one of those songs about that we got to pray, we got to believe in the Lord, and He'll show us the way. If we believe in Him, He'll show us the way, and that's what this song is going to be about. And I'm hoping everybody in Texas is going to love it, because it's really it's got great, it's got everything that one of those good old country shuffles got. It got great steel guitar parts, and the fiddle part. It's going to kick off with the fiddle, and it's going to sound like one of those traditional old Johnny Bush songs, cool. Like "There Stands the Glass" and that sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to getting it released and getting it kind of finished up. We're still mixing it, but it'll be out with the new album, and I hope to have the album finished about mid-year this year. Maybe by July we'll get everything. We're mixing everything. We've got everything recorded, and we've got all the parts added in. There's going to be 12 songs on the album, on the record, and we haven't released anything from it. Of course, it's everything. It hasn't been mastered. It hadn't been completed yet. But this song, "Show Us the Way," is going to go out to gospel, and it'll probably be mid-year. I'm thinking before it'll be available. So maybe by June, July. Hope to get that single released out to gospel music, and of course that again, that's called "Show Us the Way." So y'all look for this one, because it's going to be it's a real cool song. It's like I said, it's a shuffle, and it just it just sounds like one of those good old George Strait songs that he's recorded for so many years, and it's all my folks in Nashville seem to love it, and I think it'll be a great release.
Well, I love the title. I think that "Show Us the Way," especially if you're a man of faith, as as a country, as a world, even as a genre of country music, I think we've lost our way in a lot of levels. So I think it's a very timely message.
Yeah, I hope.
Well, very good, Steve. Okay, so you know what? The show again is tonight, Friday Night Live on the patio, Broadway 30. You're at this point, you're a regular featured guest. I'm sure our people are looking forward to having you back. For those who are just tuning in, who maybe haven't heard your story before, we didn't really do this because we're kind of old friends at this point. Go and give us the quick rundown on your bio. Let people know who you are, where you came from, and your history in music.
Well, I was born and raised here in Caldwell, and still live here in Caldwell, Texas. I got to travel all over I've been all over the globe. Got to play country music all over the world, literally, and been in some real, good bands. I guess the most popular one that everybody would put a name to was the band Southern Comfort. And we traveled all over the United States and state of Texas back during the 80s and 90s, and playing dance halls, playing big clubs, and doing big events, doing opening shows for acts like, Alabama. Never got to play with George Strait, but Joe did. We played shows with Joe Diffie and Steve Wariner, Ricky Skaggs, list just goes on and on.
Wow.
That we got to open shows, and that was with that band Southern Comfort. And after that, I just kind of floated around. That band broke up, and we just too many heads involved, and we had a little thing going in Nashville that didn't work out for us, and just didn't have the right producer. I believe we had some good tunes that we had written, but we just needed a little better help from the producer, and that didn't work out. And so I played, I just from then on, was just playing around. I played lead guitar and sang with lots of different country bands, and just running around with a band called Dixie for quite a few years. And we were picked up by David Kirsch when David hit the market with Goodnight Sweetheart, which was one of his bigger hits on the radio. And so he hired us as his road man, and we started traveling with David Kirsch. Did that for about 7 months in airplanes, and they ended up leasing one of my buses from me, and I just got to where it was. I thought I was chasing David Kirsch's dream, so I got out of that group. And went on to play with Johnny Bush for a year and a half. So I played lead guitar with Johnny Bush, and I know everybody in Texas remembers him. Whiskey, the king of Whiskey River, and just what a thrill to be able to play with the caliber of musicians that that came in and out of that band. Fiddle players were great, the piano players, and everybody was just top-notch players. And you remember Bobby Flores, and Bobby was a fiddle player when I was in with Johnny Bush, and it was just such a shame, Bobby's life got ended. You never know who's the one that the Lord's going to bring up to heaven at any one time. And it's, I felt bad when Bobby developed that throat cancer, but it was, just for me as a musician and as an artist to be able to say that I've got to share the stage with musicians of that quality and been involved with those kind of people, with Johnny Bush, and we played, got to meet George Jones, Ray Price, played Willie Nelson Picnic a couple of years, and just man, I've been really blessed as an artist and songwriter and as an entertainer that I've been able to share all those good times, and now to be able to do it as a songwriter and producing my own music, it's really, I guess this is this is putting a big capital letter on my career right now. So,
well, Steve, man, let me just say this: we do not take it lightly. I mean, you have played with, like you said, world class musicians, big, huge stages with huge artists, work with some great studios and songwriters, and just the fact that we've got you coming to Uvalde, to play a cool show in our patio at the local pizza joint. We don't take that lightly, man. You are a national treasure at this point. So, man, thank you so much for continuing to come out and do the shows. We're excited, man. Again, that's going to be Steve Anthony tonight from 7 to 10 p.m. at Broadway 30. And if you need more information about Steve, give us your websites, all the socials, and the best way to download your music and all that good stuff.
Okay. Well, Spotify, Apple, any TikTok, YouTube, Amazon, just look up Steve Anthony Music. Our website is steveanthonymusic.com. And you can find me on, I have Steve Anthony Music, Instagram, Facebook, and that's Steve Anthony Music. And then also have my personal page, Steve Anthony, which is, and I'm on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all that. But, look up the music page. That's where you find most of the information on me and what I do and all the music that we're producing and just, look, I'm having a great time in life and enjoying, knowing people like yourself, Robert, and being able to be associated with great people like you are and Uvalde Radio. And like I said, I get to come through Uvalde very often since I have the land. And it's just an awesome feeling to come over there and be able to perform over in places really love. So I appreciate y'all getting me over there, and thanks very much. You know, I appreciate you supporting my music on Uvalde Radio. So.
Absolutely. It's our pleasure, man. Again, Steve Anthony tonight, 7 o'clock is when he hits the big stage at Broadway 830. And again, just find Steve Anthony Music on SteveAnthonyMusic.com and then Steve Anthony Music on all the platforms. And we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, Steve, and do your last song. Actually, not the last song, but the previous single to One Horse Town, which were the one where you shot the video with the mermaid, which if you guys haven't seen that yet, I'm not even going to talk about it. Just go to YouTube and find Steve Anthony, I'm Falling In, and you'll see Steve having a blast with a mermaid. So as we wrap it up, y'all check this out. I'm Falling In, Steve Anthony on Friday Night Live. This is UvaldeRadio.net.
Thank you.
Took all my buddies down to Cozumel. I'm gonna do some diving, raise a lot of hell. The first day was over, sun was going down. Met a senorita when I went into town. I said, take me to your beaches, let me see your tan. Drink some margaritas, put our feet down in the sand. Watch the moon rising, listening to the waves and the wind. It's getting deep here, I think I'm falling in. Every day thereafter, we took in the sun. The party only started after the day was done. She'd be always waiting. Man, she looked so sweet. Every time I saw her, my heart skipped a beat. I said, take me to your beaches, let me see your tan. Drink some margaritas, put our feet down in the sand. Watch the moon rising, listening to the waves and the wind. It's getting deep here, I think I'm falling in. She said, come on in.
Come on.
The water's fine.
So fine.
You show me yours. Oh yeah, I'll show you mine. Me see your tan. Drink some Jose Cuervo while we dance across the sand. We'll watch the moon rising, listening to the waves.